In problems like questions 3 through 6, you're being asked to determine whether the relationship represents something linear or exponential. Well, remember linear functions can take three basic formats. We could have something that looks like y equals mx plus b. We could have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Or we could have a standard form equation like ax plus by equals c. So if you look at an equation and it fits one of those forms, then it's probably a linear function. Now, if instead you have an exponential function, those only take one format. Those look like y equals ab to the x. The number one feature is the fact that we've got an x as an exponent. If you don't see x as an exponent, you don't have an exponential function. So let's practice a little bit. Let's say I gave you an equation like y equals 2 to the x. Well, notice that looks a lot like y equals ab to the x. I don't actually see anything written where this a is, so it must be a 1. But I've got 2 to the x, which looks just like b to the x. So I would conclude that this is exponential. Let's try another one. Let's say I've got something like y equals 2x plus 5. Well, notice when I find the x, it's not an exponent. Instead, this looks an awful lot like y equals mx plus b. So I would conclude that this is linear. That's how we do the types of questions that you'll find in problems 3 through 6.